Yes, Dr. Şamil Şahin. I hope you had a time to think about my last question. Shall I remind you?
Yeah, I decided that.
Did you decide? No easy answers to this question. I'm going to ask you again. You had time to think. You refreshed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You had your water, cold water. Break. You had break. But I think this question required a break.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite patient?
I need to be political.
You need to be political? Why political, Şamil?
I love all my patients.
You love all your patients? So I cannot get a name?
My favorite.
All of them. All of them have unique points.
I love all of them because we share something that we continue to forever.
That's a very political answer, huh? So you shared something special that continues rest of their lives, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I touched.
No wonder you're a very famous doctor and everybody loves you. These kind of answers are dangerous, you know. I was thinking name, no, but no, you didn't give me name, but you gave me a good answer. I accept.
It's I don't know. It's you satisfied with.
I think because that brings me to my next question.
Really? Let's go.
You know why? Because I now know why you answered all your patients have uniqueness and importance to you. Because some of them do rhinoplasty, some of them do combinations of surgeries, rhinoplasty plus buccal fat removal, rhinoplasty plus chin liposuction, sometimes chin implant, sometimes upper eyelid surgery, sometimes fat injection to face. So talk to me about these combinations. Tell me about how you sometimes suggest with the rhinoplasty other additional treatments that can be performed at the same time to achieve a better harmony.
You pressured the good point because sometimes when I look at my patient, I said we talk about rhinoplasty, okay, that we talk about nose, everything, and I always talk about their facial proportion too, facial harmony too, because I asked them, do you want enhance your beauty or not? Okay, so there is something that we need to combine with the rhinoplasty, or we need to improve your facial proportion with another surgeries, as like a
add-on.
Yeah, like a blepharoplasty, like a buccal fat removal, sometimes like chin implant, doubled for double chin,
Okay.
Chin liposuction.
It makes a massive difference in people's appearance, Dr. Şamil. Yeah. When you have a double chin like I do, but luckily I have a white beard now. As time goes, you know, I started to have more and more. Any surgery for this whiteness?
Yeah,
no, just the paint. Yeah,
maybe you can make it darker.
Darker. I tried actually. I looked very funny, and I had to shave it. No. I seriously, I became ginger.
Really?
White and the color. I think I use my wife's paint hair thingy, but I think. I didn't check the color, so
we love you this way.
Yeah, thank you. That adds me wiseness now, right? Don't it? Yes.
But we accept you.
Thank you.
Beard.
Thank you so much. I am accepted. So
we can combine with this small procedure on the facial for the facial proportion. I always recommend my patient in the when we have face to face, or when I see their photos before
online video call, because that's also something we should talk about. Your online attendance, pre-operation attendance, and video calls and video consultations are very high and very important. So let's also talk about this. But continue to, suggestions, please.
Yeah, as I mentioned that I recommend this type of small procedure to enhance the immunity or enhance the facial harmony.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to combine at the same time with rhinoplasty, because you will have one-time anesthesia, you will recover faster, easier with rhinoplasty.
Okay.
And it doesn't affect your recovery period.
Okay.
it's small. We call it small procedure, but the effect of the procedure is very high because we catch the best balance for your face. So we can combine with this type of surgery, makes your facial harmonia, enhance your facial harmonia, and when you look at the mirror, we see the result better than we expect.
I think the patients also appreciates the doctor's suggestions and experiences. If they go with the suggestion at the end, they see the end result, and naturally the testimonials shows it for themselves. And it doesn't mean that everybody should go for it, but when a surgeon, because I know you're not suggesting to everybody, but when a surgeon sees, because we are an aesthetically educated and facial, in the beginning of our first part, you talked about the harmony and how you educated in yourself in the facial reconstructive part of this surgery world. So it's all coming to an end result with the rhinoplasty and everything else that you see. Maybe the patient doesn't see at that time. And in elective surgery, sometimes it is very good to listen to your surgeon, because don't forget, you are unique to one case, because you are yourself one case as a patient, but your doctor had already performed thousands of surgeries for thousands of patients, and has seen many faces, many different faces and many different results, and of course dealt with, most importantly, revision cases from other people. And when you see those cases, you understand what could have been done in the first time. Perhaps the surgeon did not do correctly, and then you interfere, and then you fix it, and you give again the harmony to that face with the rhinoplasty and with everything else. You mentioned about anesthesia. I get lots of questions, and I think my coordinators also gets. Can you do my nose under local anesthesia?
Rhinoplasty is a little bit like something that technically we can.
Technically you can.
Technically
Thank you so much. I don't want to. But I had a septoplasty that year.
For the patients, for the doctors. And some maneuvers needs the more precision. So in the general anesthesia, who had the patient who had general anesthesia is more available to have all maneuvers. And local anesthesia doesn't give opportunity to touch every part of the nose.
Of course.
So for this reason, we prefer we prefer perform the rhinoplasty under the general anesthesia. Actually, like long time ago, we had it. I had many times
with local.
I performed many times local anesthesia under the local anesthesia. Some nose surgeries.
Okay.
But fully rhinoplasty is not.
When you say some nose surgeries, is it
septoplasty?
Septoplasty. So they can be under local, but not preferred.
Yeah, and some tip surgery.
Because the patient is going to move, that get agitated, of course, because especially your case requires full attention, because they are millimetrical touches, aren't they? You're like working on small nuances, little bit there, little bit there, the details. It's
because and symmetry is very important for us too, as patient asks always. So we need to work precision, like you said, millimetrical difference. We need to count it. I always check it with my eyes and with the calculator. I checked if it's still symmetrical or not, because I cannot trust my eyes 100%. So,
of course. So you still have to with the tools, and you still check. Okay, when let's talk about, since we talked about local anesthesia, let's talk about non-surgical approaches as well. What do you feel when you open a nose and you see 55 kilograms of fillers on the nose?
Yeah.
Well, I'm exaggerating.
Like, not,
So that's also part of the medical world, isn't it? Dermatologists, they are also surgeons, not doctors, that they have gone through the same education system with, I think around the world is the same, and then they choose a branch of dermatology. Nowadays, dermatology involves more on fillers and Botox. So what does a surgeon thinks when they, open a nose and see fillers?
Yeah,
Even though we have this system, in the medical file, we ask patients if they had filler in the
no.
in the nose and other parts of the face, and we ask them under eyes. We ask them especially if they can dissolve it before surgery. Yeah. Is it dissolving really?
Actually, the 100, according to my experience, it's not 100%, because when I opened the nose, when I dissected the nose, I find that some fillers, remnant fillers, under of the skin. But it's normal, because something that microns levels, we cannot see 100%. Some fillers, to where we put it, the place that we put it. Sometimes with injection you cannot dissolve 100%. The rest of the fillers can be removed by surgical maneuvers. And first of all, I respect the doctors that will perform the nose fillers, because this
non-surgical nose jobs, let's call it like that, because it's massive in the West. I mean, like I said, I live in London and I see ads on top of ads, and plus in Turkey only doctors perform Botox and fillers. But in the West, it is allowed an aesthetic practitioners with certain qualification are allowed to practice this. And of course, this creates a massive business environment for these, fillers and Botox companies, because they could sell it. And I don't know if it at the end it turns out to be expensive or cheaper than the rhinoplasty surgery, because again and again they need a top up. And I think you should maybe talk about the risk of complication on a filler. Probably is higher than a risk of complication on the actual surgery.
You're right. First of all, as you said, it's not permanent solution. And when you want to have this type of nose shape, you should do frequently. Every year, sometimes more than.
Generally 6 months, 7 months, isn't it? They suggest.
And when you have surgery, it will be permanent result. Of course, we change the solution, and it's permanent solution. We change the nose shape until forever. Actually, nose fillers is technically is very nearly nose fillers can be nose fillers. We put the fillers. Sorry, they put the fillers and the nose part of the nose area that very high, very risky area.
Of course, eyes is there.
Near the eyes, some part of the
veins.
There are veins and some arterial component. So it should be very precisely, and it should be very detailed, and there is some, of course, there's potential risk for
complication.
But of course, some patients want the solution with the fillers. They
Naturally, I mean, it's a market, and there's so much advertising on that market. TikTok is full of those. Instagram is full of those. It's sold as a quick solution.
Yeah.
You see imagine these big filler companies, how many millions of dollars they are investing into marketing of these in Meta or social media or everywhere. So, of course, the availability and accessibility is more than the rhinoplasty itself.
Yeah.
And in the Western world, rhinoplasty surgeries, somehow they're maybe nowadays, because of the surgeons like yourself are known, and they are more affordable, I suppose. But I have heard surgeries in for example, United States, costing as much as $25,000 to $30,000. In the UK, these are performed in the clinic environment as well. They are not performed in hospital environment. And in the UK and Europe, they cost as much as 15,000 to 25,000 euros, and these are some serious monies.
Not cost-effective solution.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
If you want something like for permanent result, you should go the surgery.
Exactly. No, I'm talking about the surgeries abroad. So, of course, we have, we have come into the market with amazing surgeons like yourself, and offering these fantastic world-class services for a very affordable cases, and then it is natural your incline in the world, and the patients you attract is of course is getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. Would you say your patients, where are they coming from generally?
Actually, according to this year, if you
Data.
if you check when we check this 6 months, first 6 months, most of all, more than 50% more coming from the America.
I think it's 55, was it? 55%? Yes.
No, I think 50.
So the American patients chooses you. But we can give them good news as well. So we're coming there with you in October.
Yeah.
We are planning to visit few states.
Well, officially we can announce now.
We can. Yes, we can announce now officially. So your first face-to-face consultations is going to happen in the US this year around October. But you have been doing face-to-face consultations in the UK for many times, and those patients, of course, they are very lucky to meet you. And we have planned Germany. We have also in line. We've talked about with you Australia. We talked about at the end of, I think, with Mr. Bashar, my business partner, you are planning at the end of August Germany, and I think we are waiting on a news on the venue. And hopefully it happens. And again, I think we have in September, hopefully in the UK one more time, maybe 2 cities this time. And the first visit to US is planned, and we can announce, as you said, in October time. It's exciting, huh?
I'm surprised that for this. One of my patients who came from the New Jersey said to me, "You are getting famous in the East Coast."
Indeed, I was there.
Yeah, hey, you remember?
I remember. She came with her mom.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, I think the people need to know this. Half Brazilian. You're right, because you do speak Portuguese as well.
Yeah. I speak.
Did you say something? No.
Well,
your wife is Brazilian, so to convince her, you learned Portuguese, huh?
I was willing.
But you managed.
I had to.
You have 2 beautiful daughters as well.
I had 2 daughters.
They are so cute.
They speak Portuguese, so I.
But you also speak Portuguese a little bit still. Yeah. Sometimes people are surprised when they hear you speaking Portuguese, don't they?
Especially if they don't know, and when I asked them where from or where they live, they said that something like Portugal or Brazilian. I answered in Portuguese.
There.
What the fuck is?
Yeah, excuse our French. This is how they react. What?
Yeah,
what?
Well,
how?
They just. I can understand that they said something inside of. No, they don't say it like this, but.
Yeah, you can.
Like their reaction is like what? What's going on here?
How can you? Yes. So this lady I met from New Jersey, I mean, she's an interesting one because I think people need to know. She takes this rhinoplasty journey very seriously. What I respected about her was that she came
just for
consultation and to meet you. She came with her mother. She took a week off I think they were doing some sightseeing as well. And they waited in Clinichub Prime Clinic, where your office is. I was there too, by luck. That day we had a great chat. And she's saying that I had to come and see him. I had to come and see him because he's so famous in the East Coast. Everybody is talking about Dr. Şamil in the forums and groups and places like that, Reddit especially, which is great. But for her to do that, I respect it, and this is something that I like patients to also pay attention to. Yes, it is sometimes impossible to come. Maybe 1 in 1,000 can come before surgery, but please do attend to your online consultations. Do communicate to our coordinators. Please do ask lots of questions. Okay, this is a life-changing experience. This is something that you wanted, for many years. Maybe from the age of 10, 15, 12, whatever. This is something special for you. We offer these services, but many other people do as well. Not only in Turkey, but everywhere around the world. I think your obligation to yourselves is to search. Search and search and search again. We do these vlogs, we do these online consultations, we do these selection process just because we want you to know what the surgery entails. Surgery is not a McDonald's takeaway, okay? It is a process. It is not just surgery, but it's also mental preparation, mental readiness, and also being ready for after surgery mentally. There is a massive change in you and the way you approach the world the day after surgery. So, doing your research, giving attention to your research, paying attention to who you're talking to, what surgeons you are involved with, and answers, please, I urge you again and again, and it is the most important part for a patient's part to do. Please do your research properly. I hope it is us that you choose, but if it's not us, we know that you have chosen for you the good candidate to do your job, and we congratulate you for choosing that. Okay, we are supportive to you, and that brings me to your, after saying all these nice things, that brings me to the next question. Do you like revision cases? That's it. That's a very clever way to
change the topic.
In 5 minutes we will finish, but it's a good way to connect it.
Yeah, of course. Actually, I prefer all rhinoplasty types because I have experience for each type of nose, like a Caucasian side, ethnic nose, like like a revision case that we call who had a surgery before, who had any nose.
I want to ask you, revision, I'm unhappy, revision must.
Yes, because
what is the difference? For example, what do you see when you open a nose that was done by some surgeon, needed a medical revision, and then sometimes the case is okay. You also say that he has not done bad job, but the patient says, I want a revision. How do you approach these two revision cases?
The first one that you said about the obligation that
the medical
medically or something like aesthetically essential for aesthetically, because there's a problem about the shape according to the aesthetical preference, and there's a problem about breathing airways. You should touch it and you should fix it, and you should make nose better in aesthetically and functionally. This is for the
functionality. The nose has to perform what it's made for.
Yeah, definitely.
Breathe.
Definitely. First of all, you should breathe. Is for your life, because is something like that. You cannot
live your life if you don't breathe.
Yeah, actually, yeah. You cannot stay. You cannot be healthy without breathing good, because it's
Quality breathing. Let's call it quality breathing.
sleep quality. It will affect your heart. Like it will affect your
So that requires lots of attention. Yeah, when you open it, things are not done in a way, because we need to stress out that you are an ENT specialist, so ear, nose, and throat. So therefore, you're educated. You know what the function of the nose has to be, and on top of that, you're an excellent facial harmony and rhinoplasty surgeon as well. So these two also helps those traumatic cases, which you are very much demanded of. We are asking you, thousands of patients are asking you to help them fix their. And then there's these other cases.
Other cases about the satisfaction. Yeah. For the result.
But that's difficult for you, isn't it, as well? Because it's okay, the result is okay, but she's not happy with the job some other doctor did. So how can you be sure that she's going to be happy with you?
First of all, we need to understand patient expectations, because I will check this case, but you already said that it's okay. There is no problem about some according to some aesthetic preference, some aesthetically, there is no problem. But sometimes patients ask more different type of shape, or something more defined, something more like something more narrower, or something a little bit upturned, a little bit.
So it's again the communication and like you mentioned in the first part, the preparation of the patient, understanding of each other, communicating online, communicating face to face on the surgery morning as well, coming into two different doctor's opinion has to match with the patient's wishes, and that harmony has to be caught together. Now, Dr. Şamil, it's been pleasure. I mean, there's so many things that I can talk about, but you did promise me to give me a hug. So give me my hug, as you are called Mr. Hugging, Dr. Hugging, give me my hug, and we will finish this session, these two sessions for this time, and I am looking forward to another cheeky one.
We will start the video, the next video from this hug.
Hug, yeah. So we can connect. Give me my hug, Mr. Dr. Hugging.
Come here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.